Hey everyone, this is Eric Hunter here,
And I'm Robin Shade.
and we want to talk to you about an exciting new program we have called Ghost Hunting and Paranormal Investigation with Pendulums.
My
Yeah,
favorite topic.
yeah, this is so much fun. We love this stuff. And so we have a really awesome program that we've developed, and we want to share with you some of the benefits of this program and explain the details. And we really feel like it's different than other programs out there. We really come at this whole ghost hunting question from a heart-centered space. We come to it being respectful of both the people and the families involved, and also the spirits who you'll be contacting and discovering. And we feel you can really improve your life, improve the wellness of these spiritual beings, help heal them if necessary, help them just enjoy their existence if necessary, if it's called for. We have a really cool program. So I want to just talk about some of these benefits. And one of the big reasons people contact a paranormal investigator is because they're having a haunting or some situation going on that's very unpleasant in the house. And it can be super scary. Both Robin and I, we've experienced these things personally firsthand, and we know they can be terrifying. And we've also worked with people who have also experienced it. And, many times you want it to end. And if that's why you're interested in this topic or this program, we have some very useful tools for you. Because like a big part of using the pendulum, it's way beyond just like doing yes or no. Like most people, when they think about paranormal investigation or ghosts and pendulums, they think, well, maybe I'll use a pendulum for yes or no, or maybe I'll use it for a spirit board or something like that. But Robin and I have actually developed techniques where you can actually heal very quickly any troublesome issues going on in ways that will be for the highest good of all concerned. So very fast, very effective, very safe, and very, very quick. And it does not take a lot of skill. You don't need to be training for years to learn how to do this. You don't need to, hire a priest to do an exorcism. You can do it yourself, literally in a matter of minutes, and you can make radical shifts in the energy of your place and the energy of those spiritual beings, and get them to move on and to stop causing problems. So super, super powerful, simple techniques that are not widely known. Basically, we're pioneering these methods. There's really no one else out there teaching it. And it comes under a heading of a topic called pendulum alchemy or pendulum healing, where you use your pendulum as an energy healing device or an energy healing tool. Now, another amazing thing about this that Robin and I can both attest to is that you do not need to actually be in the haunted location to do the healing itself. Right. So this is great. If there is a situation where you do not want to go into it because you're worried about getting attachments or something, well, number one, we show you how to use the pendulum to prevent getting an attachment in the first place. But number two, you can do this at a distance. You never even have to go to the location, and you can completely heal it. And the effects are long lasting and
it's really just as accurate. It's just as accurate as if you were on location.
Right. And it's so much safer than the traditional methods like exorcism, which is very confrontational and can often result in things getting worse. And also like things like smudging is great, but it's like a temporary fix. You do it, and then a couple days later, you're back at square one again.
Doing things off site when you're doing it remotely, it's so immediate, because if somebody contacts you and saying, hey, I'm having this problem, you can immediately start checking it or healing it or working on it right then and there. Like they send you a message and you're on it already. You have your chart and you're going. So you don't have to say, well, I can be out there next Tuesday. I'll see you in 4 days.
Yeah, good luck. I'll see you in 4 days.
Instant. And you can be giving them information or just going ahead and doing the healing immediately. It's awesome. It's so fast.
That's a major point, because with traditional paranormal healing and stuff, a family or something could be being tortured for days or weeks or even months while waiting for the investigator to come, document everything, do whatever needs to be done. This, boom, you can just do it instantly, and it's fast.
is fast, it's quick, and it's effective.
Yeah, totally. Now, another really cool thing about this program is that if you're like just into ghost hunting itself, like you're just want to experience this, you want to know how to do it, we show you a very safe and effective way where you can, number one, determine where paranormal activity is occurring.
Mm-hmm.
You can also determine what time of the day it's occurring. You can determine how safe or dangerous it is for you to be investigating that phenomenon. You can determine what sort of paranormal entity it is or spiritual being it is. And you can also communicate with these beings using a system we've created that is very, very effective. And it's much more effective than like asking questions and waiting for like an EVP to give you a one-word answer. You can have dialogues, you can have conversations using these very simple and very easy to use charts where you can very quickly do that. Robin, you want to mention a little bit about how you communicate? Like,
Yeah, you can get instant. So while you're doing your investigation, I've been doing paranormal investigation for many years now. And I started off doing it with a pendulum, but very just simply, just doing things here and there. And it just grew. And, people, after we did an investigation, people were still reviewing their films, their pictures, their audio, their everything several weeks after the investigation. And I was getting answers like right then and there. I'm in the hallway, I could tell you exactly what's going in the hallway. And we'd go down to this room, I tell you exactly, like, don't even bother, let's go here. Everybody was in the house, and I'm like, there's nothing going on in the house, it's in the yard. So I'm getting everything out in the yard and everybody else is in the house. But I knew, because I'm using my pendulum, because I was getting accurate, immediate information that I needed for that investigation. And, they're just going around and they're documenting everything, but then you don't get the experience right then and there. You've got to take it home, review it. It's several weeks later. And, I'm just getting everything right then and there with my pendulum, and it's quick, it's fast, it's accurate. It's definitely the new wave of doing paranormal investigation is really going to be with pendulum.
Right. And the other thing that, like, too, is like you were like the level of detail in the communications themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because like, you can literally just walk around with this one chart we've created, and you can literally be having a conversation.
Mm-hmm. I did all the time.
These entities, I know, and be able to say like, yes, like, what are they thinking? What are they feeling? You can ask questions, get immediate answers, and then you can, there's so much you can get with this, where you can literally, you can get super detailed information that's just mind-blowing.
Yeah, I go around a house. I'm doing an active investigation right now. I'm going around the house, and the people in the house are saying, okay, ask this. And I'm giving them answers. As they're asking, I'm answering. And then if I don't answer immediately, at least we're narrowing it down. Like we're narrowing it down. We're narrowing down the conversation or the direction of the conversation. But I'm literally walking around the house going, no, that's fine. Or, yeah, let's do that. Or, and it's all, reading off of my pendulum and that chart.
Right. And it's cool too, because it's beyond just yes and no. Like, there are different degrees like of yes or no. So you can get like nuances. So like, if it's not fully a yes, you can see, well, like, what emotions are attached to that. And it's like, oh, it's scared, or, oh, it has anxiety, or, oh, it's angry. Like, you can figure out very quickly what's stopping the entity from answering you. And then you can course correct in the moment and very quickly change gears and start getting valuable information immediately, or do an act that will then facilitate the comfort level of the communication with the spirit. So it's a super, super powerful way to go about doing this. And you can
or if the people that are living there, if they have a concern, you can address that concern right then and there, just by taking, like, get the feeling of the room, the energy of the room, the emotion of the room, and say, no, you're fine. Or like, let's address this now, and the level of peace that you can bring to somebody, to yourself, to the home instantly is immediate. It's life-changing for a lot of people.
And to the spirit entity
And
too.
to the
Like, so
spirit,
Robin, you
yeah.
told me that really funny story where you're working on this house and like you're with a person in the house, and then you're communicating with the spirit of the dead person who owned the home, and you're like, well, can this person look around? And the spirit was like, no, I'm not so comfortable about that. And you're like, well, it wasn't a no, but it wasn't really a yes, so what's going on? And so you use the charts, and then you ended up figuring out that spirit didn't want you looking in this one storage closet that was
Yeah.
like a utility closet. And you were like, huh, I wonder what that's about. And then you said it to your daughter, and then she's like, well, that's because the liquor is hidden in there. This person enjoyed drinking liquor, and the
Yeah.
spirit doesn't want the guest in the house to know that they were drinking liquor. So,
Yeah.
but then once you clarify, okay, like we're not going to go in that area.
Mhm.
Is it now okay for this person to come in? The spirit was like, yeah, sure.
And it was awesome because my daughter she was fine because she's, everybody involved in the cleanup process, their minds were at ease that what they were doing, that person that had passed, they were happy with it. Everything, they liked everything that was being done. It was kind of a joke, the whole liquor thing, and then we were able to ease her mind that nobody will touch your liquor. It is safe. And that's immediate. I mean, that all happened within a span of 20 minutes to figure all of that out.
Right. So if you're sensitive, if you're like sensitive to spirits, or you want to be respectful of, beings who have passed on, or energies, like this is great. You can easily create win-win situations where everyone benefits, where you operate safely in an environment and know you're not going to get the spirits upset, but also the people can be more comfortable too.
Yeah.
Another thing, like just as a side point, is that like this program, we teach you how to use a pendulum to do stuff that like literally you would have to invest thousands of dollars in specialized electronic equipment. And honestly, you might not even get like as good results. I mean, you get different results, but like we said, it would take weeks or days to analyze it. A lot of times the equipment doesn't work in the presence of certain types of spiritual entities, like they'll turn off the equipment or they'll miss it. And while it's super cool, don't get us wrong, because we also are going to teach you how to use a pendulum to make that equipment, if you have all that equipment, how to make it work better, because you can do that too. That's another amazing thing. If you already have invested in the equipment, you can use a simple pendulum to increase the success of that equipment working during a paranormal investigation. But if you want to do paranormal investigation and you haven't invested the money in all the cameras, recorders, all the electronic devices that a typical paranormal investigation team needs, you actually can do this with your pendulum and get results that are as good or maybe even better in some cases. There'll be different results because it won't be recorded on film or recorded on, digital tape or something, but it's just, you get the information and it's in real time, and it's as detailed or even more detailed. So it's extremely.
Yeah, when we were going on ghost investigations and ghost hunts, we invested thousands of dollars in photography equipment, and we used the ghost apps and those kinds of things. And after a while, we slowly just stopped doing it as much, and then it became where I was exclusively using a pendulum because it's just faster. I was getting better results, more information. It was way more fun. We didn't spend days or even actually weeks going through picture by picture and blowing it up and looking and that whole thing. It was way more fun actually by doing it that night on site, and just getting all the excitement of doing it with our pendulum. And after a while, we were only using this.
Right. And isn't it true, like after a certain point, you start to become like really highly sought after?
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I didn't, I became like the person. So we would go to different locations, and they thought they saw something. Did you hear that noise? And then it became like, can you confirm? Because I would just be like, oh yeah, or no, I don't think so. Or, I was doing everything with my pendulum. And then it became like everybody would like reconfirm, or, well, can you check this room? Should we go here? I mean, the active investigation that we're on right now, that's 1 acre. There's no way that 4 people or whatever are going to cover 1 acre in a couple of hours. You could just use your pendulum to say, okay, you go here and look at that room. and we'll get great things. So after a while, your reputation just becomes huge. And like, days after we did that, and I was getting all that crazy information with my pendulum, I had people calling and messaging and, hey, can you help me? And like, so you really become one of the main players. If you're in a ghost hunting group, you're definitely a go-to person. Like everybody has like their little jobs. Like one's kind of a techie, one's a photographer, one's a psychic, one does background. You definitely kind of take that place of like the psychic. And if you are psychic, it just like really amps up your gifts already. So this definitely, you become one of the key main people.
Yeah, but even if you aren't psychic, this will give you like highly detailed answers like you were a psychic.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about it. You don't need to be psychic to do this. If you are psychic, you'll be able to go like
it'll amp it
really
up
far.
for sure. Yeah.
But if you're not psychic, you can get information that's as detailed as a lot of psychics, or maybe
for
more.
sure. So yeah, for sure.
It's totally worth doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I want to do is I just want to show everyone what we're going to cover real quick in the course. So the course is going to come up. We're going to launch it on July 4th. And in the curriculum, we have a really strong curriculum here. We're going to go over the ethics of ghost hunting and paranormal investigation. We're going to go over the different types of ghosts and paranormal phenomenon. And there are a lot of things that people don't realize about this. You might not realize, and it's going to be highly informative for you and very helpful for figuring out what you're dealing with and how to address it. We're going to go over a complete method for you about how to do ghost hunting and paranormal investigation with your pendulum. And that includes locating paranormal activity in ghosts, determining safe versus dangerous ghosts and paranormal activity, communications with ghosts and paranormal phenomenon using the pendulum, healing. It's really important to be able to heal in certain cases. So we're going to show you how to do that. We're also going to show you safety things. So we're going to show you how to prevent from getting attachments, how to go and know if a situation is safe or not to go into. We're going to talk about how to use the pendulum to supplement traditional ghost hunting techniques like equipment, how to make the equipment work better. And then we're also going to share with you some really cool real life ghost and paranormal experiences that Robin and I have had. So it's a really wonderful program. If you sign up before July 4th, we have a special deal. It's basically half price. So I encourage you, it's $47 if you sign up now. It's normally $100, but it's on sale for $47 right now. That's an amazing deal. So I'd highly recommend you sign up for it now if you're at all interested in this. And, it's a massive, you'll get a massive return on investment. Like one of these experiences can be an experience of a lifetime, or you can radically, change someone's life or the life of being of a spirit, too, like a loved one who's passed on, or, any kind of like native land spirit or something. You can help heal it and really cause a profound shift. So it's totally worth the investment. You'll get a lot of return on it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think I pretty much what we want to say. So thank you very much for being here. And so have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you in the program.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.